League.
Yes.
On the basis of that,
yes,
would you say your neighbours had a better season than you?
I don't judge Arsenal season by Tottenham.
It's a preamble.
This is a specific
preamble.
comparison.
Let me
put you on the spot.
Yeah, I'm going to give you an example.
Okay.
When Arsenal finished 8th in 2020 and won the FA Cup, I still felt we had a bad season.
Okay.
Than Tottenham. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I still felt we had a bad season.
Okay.
In this season, we set out to win the Premier League. Arsenal winning the Premier League is a bad season.
Okay, but
the fact that I finished with F9 doesn't mean I should be saying, oh, the person who finished with 8, he did a better job.
No, but Tottenham.
That's just
no. Here's a case where Tottenham have silverware.
Yes.
To show for their season. Yes. Not just any silverware. Yeah. Second tier European football silverware. Yes. Something that Arsenal would kill to have at this point in time. I mean, sorry, I'm not being biased or anything. Yes. So Arsenal fans, I have an Arsenal jersey, which I wear, right?
Yeah.
On the basis of the fact that at the beginning of a season, targets were set. And I believe for Tottenham, when they found out they were in the Europa League, the target was to win it. And they won it. Arsenal set a target as well to win the English Premier League.
Yes.
And they didn't. On the basis of these two achievements or underachievements, would you say Tottenham had a better season than Arsenal?
No. Okay. We all no. For me personally,
no, you have an opportunity to explain why.
Yeah. No. You can't tell me someone who got 38 points in 38 games had a better season.
But I mean, but that's
it's
one
a failure of the season.
Listen, but that's one competition out of 4 others that
yes.
they partook in.
Yes,
they tried from 4 fronts. You are talking about one where they had 38 points in 38 games. How about the other competitions?
Okay.
Because the season comprises of 4 competitions.
So if you go and write an exam, you had F9 in the rest, and you had A in 1. And someone had B plus and let's say B plus in 3 and C in 1. Would you say you that had F9 in the rest and had A in 1 was better than the person who had a B? No.
Okay. Can I come in?
No, I don't think Tottenham. I personally do not. I wouldn't. Let me say it this way. If you look at Arsenal season and Tottenham season, I'd rather have Arsenal season than Tottenham season.
Really?
I do not buy that.
So if I said okay,
honestly, in truth, I wouldn't have neither of the seasons.
Okay, no.
I wouldn't see you finish 17th in the league, meaning you're only better than the 3 relegated teams.
But they are better than everybody else in the Europa League.
Yeah. That's the Europa League. I mean, that's the Europa League. I didn't play in the Europa League.
That's a title you don't even have.
I didn't play in it.
So if I offered you that,
and the one you played in,
listen,
what you're saying, what you're saying, I'm better than
you didn't get any trophy in anything you played.
What you're saying, so did they have a better season than Real Madrid?
Ellie, hold on.
Did they have a better season than?
We are comparing two teams.
Did they have a better season than Real Madrid?
Ellie, if I give you an opportunity to lift the Champions League and finish 17th, would you take it?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
You take it.
It will be a good season for you.
It wouldn't be a good season for me. I'll take it.
A Champions League and finish 17th.
I wouldn't be a good season for me. I'll take it.
Then you see how not the Europa.
No, I'm saying because that's
it wouldn't be a good season for me. Because look, you cannot finish 17th in the league and say you had a good season.
Okay.
So if
I will take it. Of course, I want to win the Champions League.
If Arsenal finish 17th in the league,
yes,
and they won the Champions League, will it be a good season for them?
No.
Wow. Okay.
I would every Arsenal fan.
That would probably be the best season in their history.
The entire history. Every Arsenal fan. Let me tell you something. Every Arsenal fan.
This is crazy.
Every Arsenal fan will be happy.
Look,
see, in the emotion of them. Look. It's the same as what Man United went through on that was like in last week Wednesday. In the emotions of the moment, they would want to win it. But you see, if you don't win it,
you look stupid.
Like everything clear for your eye top. Yeah. That's when you really see your season forward.
Yeah, but this is not if we are talking about when Chelsea won the Champions League in 2012, they had an atrocious. See, nobody remembers where Chelsea finished in that season.
Okay, yes.
Nobody cares.
Yes.
Anyway, Ajo, let's hear you.
So this is like money versus fan base or what the fan wants. I mean, Arsenal has gotten the money from becoming second in the EPL, and Spurs have their trophy. I mean, the season Spurs have had it's bad, it's awful. But you see, at the end of the day, we as football fans, we don't care about the money the club and the directors and the owners they have made. We care about the trophies. I mean, they are 17th. They've done a parade. You see me? And they were playing against
Crystal Palace have do parade, bro.
What's funny?
Trophy be everything.
And something's happening in England now. We can win even the Carabao Cup and do a parade.
But you guys, Greece.
Because trophies become
As a go ask Greece how they won the Euros.
yes.
Dirty. 1-0.
FA Cup
From start to final.
Chelsea said we said no be say we break. Like conference start them for the parade. Competition there final we go score them. Then be omo done. You get it. But you see, this is where I ask myself 17th. If you are a Spurs player, how are you going to feel? But there's a team that coaches have come in. Mourinho, Conte, the Nottingham Forest coach, Espirito Santo, they've passed through. Mourinho went to a final and he was sad. For this coach to go into a final and be pragmatic and win it alone, the boys for once gathered all the vim in the world that, okay, we have mafiaed Mourinho, we have mafiaed Conte, let's do this for ourselves. If we were the preparation to the final alone, this is a different space. So they realized they've had an awful season. They forgot about the EPL. Against Brighton, they were happy that they were conceding goals because made the match for them and go celebrate safe. So it's a bit tricky. But when you reflect in your books, the money Europa will give you, is it enough? Maybe though you are you get like maybe the UCL money next season. But this season, what do you have to show?
I don't think they care about their money.
Look,
no.
Let me give you an example. Let
me finish. Two angles. I'm talking about the board for now.
Yeah.
I'll come to the fans. You won't really get money from there to maybe adapt and go and get players in the transfer window. This is why maybe they might let go of Postecoglou. But he has done what Mourinho couldn't do, what Conte couldn't do.
Why are you saying Mourinho couldn't do? Mourinho wasn't allowed to play the final.
But reality, he didn't win them.
I mean, 2 days to a final and you sack him.
Yes, but he didn't win them.
I mean, we can't conclude because
That's
I
on the side. I
maybe
actually believe we would have won that final.
Yeah, for me,
I believe we would have won that final.
But he doesn't have a trophy to show at
Yes.
Spurs. So let's say. So for me, it's a very deep, tricky question. But to play the EPL and be second, you've done something that is okay.
When you've done it 3 times in a row, it doesn't feel okay.
Yes, it doesn't. I get it. But you see, so I won't say Spurs had a better season than Arsenal. But I'll ask Arsenal, where is your trophy? You don't have one to show for the entirety of the whole season. So that is like a big question mark for them. That's why I was saying that you see, Pep will go into a season. Okay, I can calm the fans' nerves with Carabao Cup or with the FA Cup. I'll win those domestic trophies and I'll feel okay preparing myself next season for the big ones, the big years, the Champions League and the EPL. You see, so it's tricky. But for me, if you are 17th, only 3 teams, when you try past them, I think it is bad. But let me put this there: you go into the boardroom and you want to sack Postecoglou, I'll give you a big question mark. He has done something that people couldn't do for you. So bring him materials, bring him at least some 1 or 2 experienced egos who can help the man. Because ideally his system is not a bad system. But these boys don't have the mentality to play a system. The high line, the full flying fullbacks, they couldn't adapt early. For once, he became pragmatic and he won the trophy. So imagine Postecoglou wants to go with different systems next year with good materials in the EPL. So let him stay. Because now they're going to chat Arsenal for how many? For like, let's say for 11 months. For that trophy. Because they have it. You don't have it. You see, so you use your second versus trophy. Which one you the one? So it's a question we cannot really answer. But for me, I mean, we are not owners of a club. We are not sporting directors. I was really happy Spurs were holding the trophy. Look at Richarlison. Wow, bro, you ask now.
Son, you mean?
Son, 10 years at a single club, being loyal to them. He didn't move. He has a trophy to show for it. Like you were saying, Arsenal don't win Europa before because they don't really play the Europa.
The one that they play in, how far?
The Champions League. You see, so it's a tricky. I feel like if we say, listen to me, I feel like if we say Spurs had the better season than Arsenal, we are kind of respecting Arsenal, but in reality, you don't have a trophy to show for your exploits in the season. So I don't know. It's a
nobody remembers who came.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But let's see.
So I mean, so would you say? I mean, or to put you on the spot, which of these has had a better season? Did Arsenal have a better season than Spurs, or Spurs had a better season than Arsenal?
I'll go for Arsenal. You know why? Because the quality of the Europa is tier 2. You can't compare to tier 1 of Champions League. You get me? But I mean, at the end of the day, too, you have to show the fans your trophy, and that's where Arsenal always fall short.
So you've told
Arsenal, go for Arsenal.
You think Arsenal had a better season than Spurs? Eustace?
Yeah.
So it means a trophy no here.
No. I've given my two. I mean, I gave 2 examples.
No, but the 2 examples you are torn in the middle.
Yes, and now
so you're on the basis of Arsenal's position.
Arsenal went semi-finals, right? Of the tier 1 competition. They almost got there.
Almost.
So let's say if I'm to put Arsenal in the Europa, they can easily win it. Arsenal versus
I don't think that logic holds.
No, I'm coming. I mean, we are all making
football. It's football. It's football.
Listen, if Arsenal can play tier 1 and reach the semis, if he's in tier 2, he can also go to the finals equally with the materials he have.
Who did they go out of the FA Cup to?
A good Newcastle side.
So does that mean that Newcastle will get to the Champions League and will go past the semi-final?
What I'm saying,
per that logic.
Anyway, okay, now let's listen to Eustace as well.
Yeah. So for me, I'll give you.
Yeah, on the balance of
it. You see, 17th is that bad, though, baby. Let's be real. And you came against Emmanuel, who I mean, nothing to write about.
Anyway, let's hear Eustace as well. Who do you think has had a better season, Arsenal or Tottenham Hotspur, and why?
And so the season started with both of these teams competing in 4 competitions. The FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the European front, because it's different competitions, and then the Premier League. 4 competitions. They set out to win 4 trophies. Arsenal wanted to win the Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and Premier League. Spurs wanted to win the Europa League, Premier League, FA Cup, and Carabao Cup. So we are talking about 2 teams with a possible 8 trophies. The only one I see with a trophy is Spurs.
Yes. Okay.
And when you define the KPIs of a club at the beginning of the season, I think Spurs would be happy to take any trophy of any sort. Whether it's a Carabao Cup, it's the FA Cup, Spurs would have been happy to take anyone. Once they got eliminated from all the others as the season went on, I think they prioritized the Europa League. They went for it. They had Manchester United in the final. Couldn't be bigger than that. Never mind Man United's form, but they won the trophy. They would be on a parade, and I don't think as they were parading through the streets of London, anybody was talking about the 17th position, because once they won that trophy, somewhat it's been a successful season for them. That is Spurs for you.
Yeah.
Arsenal has been nearly on the Premier League front, nearly on the Champions League front. And I don't even think being second in the Premier League is enough to let them celebrate, because when it happens 3 times on the bounce, then you know you are stagnant. The season before, they were second. 2 seasons ago, they were second. Now they are second again. I don't see where the excitement will come from. I don't know why they will feel it's special. The Champions League, however, they get to the semi-final for the first time in 16 years. That doesn't happen. That I think is a milestone for them. Yeah. But also, it gives you the view that their squad was not set. I always thought it was a case of boys against men because of the quality. I said it severally on this platform that they weren't going to be PSG. If the match is played today, this night, after the show, Arsenal will still not be PSG because they don't have the personnel. It's not like they don't have the mentality. I saw what they did against Real Madrid. So I know that given the right opposition, they can. But I look at what they did in the Champions League. I think that's the best thing for them. But the way and manner they went out, losing home and away, I think deflates the joy. So Arsenal haven't had any joy from all 4 fronts where they competed in. Spurs have had joy in at least one competition. We have a top 6 in England that is very, very tough, very, very competitive. Top 7, I would say. Nottingham Forest themselves fancy themselves to get into the Champions League at some point in time. Remember, they won that competition twice. Yeah. They feel they have some history behind them. So to be in that top 6 or 7, amongst those top 6 or 7 English teams, fighting for just 4 trophies across Europe, I think to hold on to even one is a massive achievement in this generation. This is not the 90s where Man United was dominating, or was just a Man United Arsenal thing, Wenger Fergie thing, or Fergie Mourinho thing. It's not a 2-horse race, 3-horse race. At this point in time, if you can get a trophy in this era, I think it's a major achievement. To summarize it, I think Spurs have had a more successful season than Arsenal. Because let me say it again. I think Spurs, on the back of my analysis, I feel they've had a better season.
Because they've got silverware to show.
Silverware, satisfaction, one of their KPIs have been ticked. Arsenal don't have any of their boxes ticked. Spurs, to me, would be the more successful of the two.
Eustace is emphatic. He said the Spurs from North London have been a better of the two. The conversation is just about to get heated. So we'll take a very quick